Before we begin, take a deep breath in and let it go, because what you're about to hear is not the Buddhism they put in self-help books, not the mindfulness trends sold on apps, and definitely not the sanitized, commercialized, feel-good spiritual version approved by modern society. What you're about to hear is older, sharper, and far more dangerous. This is the part of Buddhism that was never meant for the masses, not because it was secret, but because its truth is too disruptive for a world built on illusion. Today, we're stepping into how to escape the matrix using ancient Buddhist teachings, the parts they never intended for the public to understand. This is Buddha Unfiltered, and if you're listening right now, you're one of the few who are ready to go deeper than the surface-level spiritual cliches everyone else stops at. Before we begin, drop a comment. Backhand index pointing right. I see the illusion. Now, let's begin the unraveling. Part 1. The Matrix is not a place. It's a process. When people talk about escaping the Matrix, they picture technology, wires, AI, advanced simulations, or a hidden elite pulling the strings. But the Buddha revealed something far more mind-shattering. The Matrix is not outside you. It is inside your mind. The Matrix is every unquestioned habit, every belief you inherited without noticing, every story you repeat about who you are, every emotional reaction you think you can't control, every desire you chase, every fear you run from. The Buddha didn't call it the Matrix. He called it Maya, illusion, a world that looks solid, but is actually a projection created by perception, memory, conditioning, and inner programming. Your brain is not showing you reality. It is showing you your version of it, filtered through fear, craving, identity, and conditioning. You do not escape this matrix by fighting the world, or by escaping society, or by forming new beliefs. You escape by seeing through the veil your own mind creates. This is awakening, not supernatural, not mystical, not religious, just clarity. Clarity so sharp it cuts the illusion at its root. Part 2. The prison of identity. The Matrix has millions of traps, but the most dangerous one, the trap that keeps 99% of people asleep, is the illusion of a solid, permanent self. The belief that I am me, and I must protect this me at all costs. This is the Matrix's master lock. Because the moment you believe in a solid me, you will spend your whole life defending it, approving it, validating it, polishing it, improving it, comparing it, protecting it, fearing its collapse. You become a slave to an identity that never existed. The Buddha saw this trap and said, "There is no self in the way you imagine. The self is not a thing. It is a process, a moment-to-moment construction made of sensations, thoughts, memories, impulses, habits, perceptions, conditioning, stories, and reactions. Always changing, never solid, never stable, never you. The Matrix controls you by making you believe, I must protect who I am. But who are you, really? Are you the child you once were? The teenager you once played as? The person you used to love? The mistakes you made? The roles you act out to be accepted? The identity built from society's expectations? Or are you the awareness behind all of this? Once you realize you are not the character in the story, the Matrix begins to crack. Part 3. How the Matrix operates. The Buddha taught that the Matrix, the illusion of self and world, runs on 3 poisons. 1. Desire. The endless spin cycle. I want. I need. I must have. I'll be happy when. The carrot moves. The chase continues. Desire is the bait. 2. Fear. Fear of loss. Fear of judgment. Fear of failure. Fear of the future. Fear of change. Fear of death. Fear is the leash. 3. Ignorance. Not stupidity. Not lack of intelligence. Ignorance means not knowing how your mind works, not recognizing your programming, not noticing how thoughts manipulate you, not understanding the nature of emotion, not realizing everything arises and passes. Ignorance is the blindfold. These 3 forces create the entire illusion. And as long as you can't see them clearly, you remain asleep inside the psychological matrix. Part 4. How the Matrix uses thoughts against you. Thoughts are not the enemy, but believing them is. Buddhism teaches, thoughts think themselves. You are not the thinker. Let that sink in. Thoughts arise automatically. They move on their own. They disappear on their own. So who is having them? This realization is the first glitch in the Matrix. Every belief that controls you, I'm not good enough. I need approval. I need to succeed. I must avoid failure. I need more. I need to become someone, is just a thought, and thoughts are not truth. Mindfulness is not about calmness. It's about exposing the operating system. When you watch thoughts instead of obeying them, you step outside the illusion. The Matrix cannot control a mind that sees thoughts as passing clouds. Part 5. Emotions. The Matrix's deepest hook. Desire controls your surface. Thoughts control your story. But emotions control the core. The Buddha taught, emotion equals sensation plus interpretation. But the Matrix hides this. Convinces you, I am angry. I am anxious. I am afraid. I am sad. But here's what actually happens. A sensation in your chest, a tightening in your stomach, a rush of heat, a memory, a label. That's it. Emotions are experiences, not identities. A controlled human reacts. A free human witnesses. This is the secret power the world never teaches. Part 6. The 3 levels of escaping the Matrix. Level 1, awareness of conditioning. Your beliefs are programming. Your triggers are programming. Your fears are programming. Your desires are programming. School, parents, trauma, culture, media, they wrote the script. Awakening begins the moment you notice the code. Level 2, awareness of impermanence. Everything changes. Thoughts shift. Emotions move. Identity dissolves. Life evolves. The Matrix collapses when you stop clinging to what must change. Level 3, awareness of no self. This is the final door. The realization that the you've protected your entire life is just a story held together by memory and belief. Once you see this, the Matrix evaporates. You don't escape the Matrix, you outgrow it. You become awareness itself watching the illusion. Part 7. The 4 Noble Truths. The blueprint out. Most people misunderstand the 4 Noble Truths. They think they're religious teachings. They're not. They are the original manual for escaping the psychological simulation. Truth 1, the Matrix produces suffering. Not physical pain, mental friction. Dukkha. The tension between what is and what I want reality to be. Truth 2, suffering has a cause. Craving. Not desire, craving. The belief, I must have this to be okay. I must avoid this to be safe. Truth 3, suffering can end. Not by force. Not by suppression. By understanding. By seeing through craving. Truth 4, the path out. The Eightfold Path is not morality. It's reprogramming the mind. Right view, see the Matrix. Right intention, correct your motives. Right speech, stop feeding the illusion. Right action, act consciously. Right livelihood, stop supporting suffering. Right effort, reinforce awareness. Right mindfulness, observe without identity. Right concentration, stabilize perception. This is how you escape. Part 8. Craving is the code. Imagine the Matrix as a giant web. Every craving is a thread. Every attachment is a knot. Every desire is a hook. Craving is the belief. I must change reality to feel whole. This is the ego's virus. The ego depends on craving. The craving ends, the ego dies. And when the ego dies, the Matrix collapses. Part 9. Meditation is deprogramming. Meditation is not bliss. It is seeing reality without illusion. When you meditate, you see thoughts arise. You watch emotions unfold. You observe sensations shift. You witness identity being constructed. And when you simply watch without reacting, the illusion begins to crack. Meditation does 3 things. 1. Separates awareness from thought. You are not the thinker. 2. Exposes impermanence. Nothing is stable. Nothing is you. 3. Weakens the ego. The ego cannot survive being observed. Meditation is the red pill. Part 10. What awakened beings see. Enlightened perception is radically different. They see thoughts as echoes, not truth. They see emotions as waves, not identity. They see others through compassion, not projection. They see the world without filters. They see the self as a story, not a being. This is psychological freedom, and it is available to you. Part 11. The moment enlightenment happens. Awakening is not fireworks. It is a quiet collapse of illusion. The thought appears. You don't chase it. You don't reject it. You simply watch it fade. An emotion arises. You feel it fully. You don't label it as me. Then the insight comes. I am the awareness behind all of this. I am not the content. Ego dissolves. Illusion collapses. Peace floods in. Awakening is not becoming more. It is realizing you were never the character. Part 12. Letting go of the character. To escape the matrix, you must let go of who you think you are, who you think you must be, who they told you to be, who your past says you are, who your wounds say you are, who your ego pretends to be. Letting go is not loss. It is freedom. You are not your body, not your mind, not your emotions, not your thoughts, not your story, not your trauma, not your identity. You are the awareness witnessing it all. Once you see this, the matrix loses all power. Final conclusion. Your escape begins now. You don't escape the matrix through rebellion. You escape through understanding, through seeing. This is not me. This is not mine. This is not who I am. When thoughts lose power, when emotions lose ownership, when identity loses solidity, when craving loses fuel, the illusion collapses. You wake up. This is the true purpose of Buddhism. This is the truth they hide. This is the path few dare to walk. And you have already begun. If you're ready for the next teaching, drop a comment. I see the illusion. And subscribe to Buddha Unfiltered for more ancient wisdom they never wanted you to find.